Hello, everybody. I ask you if anyone has a question, raise hands, and also he can write his question on the chat room. And if someone wants to speak, I can unmute and he can speak. Because if all of you unmute, I can't hear your voice very good. Because of this reason, I have to unmute all of you. Okay, let's start. And also, I ask you, please, all of you. Also, please ask all of you send your name, country name, company name, and the chats to me. Today, I want to talk about logic automation timer, this module. And I try to tell you all of the things about this device and sorry, some of our friends wants to add this class. Because of this reason, I'm waiting to all of our friends connecting. Okay, I think it's finished because I don't have enough time. Okay, let's start. This is the main page of the logic. Here you can see the device model, and here you can see the subnet ID and device ID, and also here you can add the location, and actually here you can see the MAC address, and here you can modify the address. Programming the logic is very easy. It's very easy, like the other device of TIS company. It's very easy, but logic module is very useful. It's very useful, and you can do many things with the logics. Actually, sometimes I said you can do everything that clients need. You can do with the logic. Even buying bread. It's very easy to work with the logic, and it's very useful device. I'm starting from this tab, time and location. It's very necessary to you set the right time and right date on your logic. Here, for example, I chose today, for example. And actually I get, for example, PC time. Sorry, my PC time is not right. And here I'm save my logic. And here you can choose your location. It's very necessary to choose your location. For example, I choose my location, China, Hong Kong. And when I'm saving, I can see here the sunrise time. Here, the sunrise time is 6:15, and also let me first disable method for prayer time. I can see the sunrise and sunset in my country. And if you are Muslim, the Muslim, I think, is praying 5 times in a day. And if you are Muslim, you need to enable this method. And this is the time for praying at the morning, and this is the time for praying at the noon, and actually some prayer for the evening. Here, this device tells you the time of your praying. Now we don't need this one. Actually, we said this one, no problem. We said method for praying because I think some of our clients is Muslim, and now I want to talk all of the things about the logic. Okay, and this is the broadcast time. Again, I tell you, if you have another device that this device is get the time from the internet, or this device save the time. For example, if you have one logic in your site, and if you have one Airbus on your site, as you know, the Airbus connect to the internet and can get the time from the internet. And actually, for example, you have, for example, security module, and security module, again, you can save the time in security module. You can, you need only one of them broadcast the time. For example, if you have Airbus, logic automation timer, and security, only one of them must be broadcast the time. If you choose two devices for broadcasting the time, all of your device not working very good, because two devices broadcast the time and they are not synchronized with each other. These two devices never synchronize with each other. Maybe one of them is 1 second behind the other. Therefore, I recommend you only one of them broadcast the time. One of our friends asked, can we record the meeting? I'm recording the video, and after editing, I will send this class to the all. Don't worry. And here we can. Here we have another option at the right side. And this is for, again, for Muslim. In some country, they are praying 1 hour before and 1 hour after. I don't know actually what these things do. And here, this is the daylight saving. As you know, in some country, at the summer, they are changing the time. For example, if the time is 11 a.m., they change it to the 12. And in the winter, or in the spring, in each country it's different. For example, here we change our time on 21st of March, and again it's changed back to the 21st, I think, of this month. I think this is our country dates. Therefore, the logic automatically changed the time. At this date, it's changed the time, one shift 1 hour after, and at this date, it's shift 1 hour before. You can do these things in the logic. It's very easy. Okay. And this is for Muslim. We have many type of Muslim, but I recommend all of our Muslim friends never change these things, always in Muslim world language. And actually, I don't know about these things, Imams, Shafi, Hanabi. I don't know about these things, but I recommend all of our friends. It's on standard. Okay, this is about this page, I think, and tell you all of the things. If anyone has a question, please ask. If no, I'm going to the next step. If anyone has a question, I'm unmute all of you. No? Everything is okay?
It is clear.
Everything okay?
From India, it is clear.
Okay.
Okay.
I have one question, Aslan, just about the daylight savings. If I don't turn the method for prayer times on, then I can't see the daylight savings. So if that's turned off, must I turn method for prayer times on to be able to adjust daylight savings?
You know, the daylight saving, it's for your that's your logic time based your country time. Some of country change the time at the summer, I think at the summer. And set the day.
Like Morocco.
We have daylight savings,
all
but
friends, because the voice is very bad. Please ask the question in the chat room. The daylight saving, it's only for the logic change the time based on your country. It's not for everything is okay. For example, if you don't save any daylight saving, the logic doesn't change the time, and actually, for example, if your sunrise at 7:15, it shows at 6:15. It's no necessary things. It's only for set the correct time. And if you don't save the daylight saving, every 6 months you can go to the client's home, and change the time. It's very easy. And actually, in some of our clients do that. They are never save the daylight saving because they want every 6 months go to the client's home and check the system and ask them if you have any problem with this system, change some program. And actually in these 6 months they are buying a new device. For example, I know one of our clients, every 6 months that he goes to the one of the clients home, he sells a new device. One time sells a Luna, one time sells Airbus, one time sells Titania, one time sells door phone. Every time he sells one thing. It depends on you. But if you don't save the daylight saving, you can go every 6 months to the client's home and change the time. Okay, I want to go to the logic table. It's very, very useful, and it's very useful page. We can discuss about it. Here we have 20 different logic number, and in each logic number we can add 10 different tables. Therefore, at least we have 200 tables. Okay, for example, now I choose the logic number 1, and actually we have one table from the past. I'm delete this table. Okay, here we have some relation and, or, NAND, and NOR. Actually, to be honest, I never use NAND and NOR, and I'm always using and or, these two. And I think all of you know about the difference between AND table and OR table, because all of you working with the ES10 function sensor. And all of you know about the difference between and or. But actually, I want to tell you again about difference between and or. Here under each table, we have 4 pins. As you can see here, pin number 1, pin number 2, pin number 3, and pin number 4. If you choose and, all of the pin that you set must be in the correct position. For example, if you want to program, if you, for example, program at the Monday, 6 a.m., for example, turn on one light. Again, Monday, 6 a.m. We have a 2 pin. One of them is day, it's Monday, and the other is time, it's 6 a.m. We have a 2 pin. Okay. If we choose and table, it must be Monday and it must be at 6 a.m. Not Wednesday, not Friday, not Thursday. And on the Monday, it must be at 6 a.m., not 7 a.m., not 6 a.m., not 8 a.m., only at 6, if we choose and. These two with each other must be in the right position. But if we choose or table, it can be Monday or 6 a.m. Therefore, on the Friday, Thursday, Saturday at 6 a.m. again turn on the light, because at the or table, only one of the pin must be at the correct position. It's very necessary to choose a correct table. It's very necessary. And for working with the logic, you have to be creative. It's very important to be creative, because the logic is very easy device. You can program it very easily, but it's very necessary you be creative and you are programming well. You know what you want to do. It's very necessary. Okay, I'm starting with the and. If I'm double click on the table, double click, it's open modify pin configuration. Also, if I'm right click on the table, I have some option. Again, here we have pin setup. No difference between double click or pin setup. Okay. Here again, I can change the relation here and or not nor. And here I can see the current logic and current table number. This is logic number 1 and this is table number 1. Okay. And here on this situation, I can choose my input pin. Okay, for example, pin number 1. And here we have some types. Wait a moment. One of our friends asked, can read the data from the weather station. The weather station has itself logic, but you can read some data from the weather station, such as the temperature and the other things. And we try to add the other option from the weather station to the new firmware of our logic. But weather station has 8, I think, different logic itself. Okay, let's continue. Here we have some types, year type. If I choose a year type, I can, again, I have another things. I can choose 1 year, for example, at year 2020. This is one type. Or we can choose a specific dates. For example, for example, year, for example, 2020, for example, 3, and here, for example, 3. I can choose one specific date. And actually we can choose between years. For example, from 220 to 221, because of coronavirus, for example, every 10 minutes is pop-up notification on your cell phone, please wash your hands. You can do everything with the logic. I said it, you must be creative. And actually we have another things between dates. For example, from this date to this date, do some things. This is about the year type. We have another type, date type. Again, we have a date point, date period, and every month. At the date point, for example, every year, at for example 20 of, for example, January, it sends you message, tomorrow is your anniversary wedding, or everything that you want. For example, tomorrow is your wife's birthday. Everything that you want, you can program here. And with this logic, you never forget about your wife's birthday, because with here you can put dates one day before your wife's birthday, and every year it sends you a message or pop-up notification, or even you can pop up a message on the Luna and it says, dear my wife, happy birthday. You can do all of these things. On the dates period, for example, every year between, for example, April and another month, everything that you want. For example, turn on the light or play music. You can do everything. For example, I'm using this logic for I want to, on the summer, for example, I want to turn on my air condition before I'm coming to my office. Therefore, I choose a date period on the summer, and at 6 a.m. turn on the air condition, and when I come to my office, the weather is very good. I can do that. And actually you can do another things. For example, in a cold country, you can program in the winter, before you are going to your work, it's turn on the floor heating. For example, everything that you want. It's very easy. And actually you can choose here every month. For example, at the 13 of every month to 15, remind you for your loan or for everything that you want. You can program like that. Okay, next one is week type, a specific week date. For example, every Sunday, every Monday, every Thursday, or between weekdays. For example, I can choose work day from Monday to Friday. And add another logic, if it is on the winter and on the weekday, and at 6 a.m. then turn on the air condition. I can program like that. Okay, next one is the time type, a specific time or between time. For example, you can program if the sensor detects motion and the time is between sunset to sunrise. Actually, between sunset to sunrise, you don't have any natural brightness. Therefore, if the sensor detects motion and the time is between sunset to sunrise, then turn on the lights. You can program like that. And actually, you can choose your specific time, for example, from this time to this time. And I want to tell you one thing, it's very necessary, please be careful. If you choose, for example, this time, for example, from sunset, let me choose. For example, I want to turn on the light from sunset to sunrise. I need two logic, one of them for turning on the light and the other for turning off the light. Some of our friends think when they are choosing this one, start and end, when we choose from sunset to sunrise, they are thinking it's automatically turn off the light, but it's no, it's you need two logic, one of them for turning on and one of them for turning off. Okay, one of our client asked, can we use day, months, and time at the same time on a one input one? No. If we want to use two things in a one table, we can choose this one. For example, this is the time, a specific time, for example, at 12. And if I want to add another things, I can choose another input. For example, if week time. For example, if it is Monday, okay, here you can see if it is Monday at 12, then do some things. We can choose 2. We can choose 2 inputs. Okay, let's continue. We talk about the time talk, and here we have logic switch. And I think all of you know about the flags that that I'm tell you in the. Actually, I told you in the ES 10F function. I tell you about the switch and flag, as if you remember, each ES10 function sensor has 40 different flag, but in the logic we have 245 different logic. Okay, how we can use them? It's very easy. Again, we choose the flag, the logic switch, for example, flags number, for example, 14, if it is on, and I can put a name for my flag. And actually, I want to tell you, maybe some of you don't know about the flags. I want to tell you one example. I want to give you one example. For example, you program on the ES10 function sensor, if you are if the sensor detects motion, turn on all the lights, and if the sensor detects no motion, turn off all the lights. Okay, it's very good, but when you have a party and you want to dance, I think I tell you this example to all of you. If you have a party and you want to dance, every time the sensor detects motion, it's turn on the light, and it's very bad. Therefore, you can use one flag. For example, if detects motion and the sensor number, for example, 216 is on, then you can turn on and turn off this flag with your Lono or with your cell phone. Therefore, the client or the customers can control on the ES. Sometimes the ES working and sometimes the ES doesn't working. It's about the flag. Okay. For example, here on the logic, if you want to connect another one device to the logic, for example, You want to say if one sensor detects motion and it is on the sunset, between sunset and sunrise, turn on the light. Okay, how we can connect this sensor to the logic? How we can connect? We can connect the sensor with the logic with the flag. Okay, I will show you how we can I can show you how we can connect one sensor to our logic. Okay, and I want to tell you this number, you can choose any number. We have 254 different flags, for example. Okay, let me close the logic. Oh, sorry, my computer crashed. Okay, sorry. Okay, imagine that I have one sensor, very simple sensor, NCNO sensor. The sensor, it's very simple sensor, not a smart sensor. We connect this sensor to our force, and this sensor, whenever detect motion, it's connect, and whenever it's detects no motion, it's disconnect. Okay. It's very easy, very simple sensor. I don't know, I tell you about how to program the 4Z because I know some of you doesn't know about the 4Z. Okay, let me give you another example. For example, we have a ES10 function sensor, okay? We have a ES10 function sensor, and we want this sensor tell logic every time that this sensor detects motion. Again, we have one ES10 function sensor, and we want to connect this sensor with our logic. And we want every time that this sensor detects motion, tell logic, I'm detecting motion. Okay, how we can connect ES10 function sensor with the logic? Clear? Okay, it's very easy. On the logic, I said whenever detect motion, here, turn on one flag of the logic. 115, universal switch, and for example, flag number 20, turn on. Whenever this sensor detect motion, turn on one flag of the logic. And actually, I'm add another things on the ES10 function sensor, and I said always put comment for all of your logic. Tell logic motion. And I'm choosing another things on the ES10 function sensor. Tell logic no motion. And here, every time the sensor detects no motion after, for example, 10 seconds, turn off the flags of the logic. This is the subnet ID and device ID of my automation timer, and always for turn on and turn off the flag, we use universal switch, flag number 20, turn off. Okay, go back to the logic. When I said logic, I mean automation timer. Okay, here. Okay, here I'm choosing this one, logic switch 20. Every time that the logic number 20 is on, it means that the ES10 function sensor detect motion. And every time that it's off, it means that the sensor doesn't detect motion. Okay, I'm unmute all of our friends. I want if anyone asks any question, please ask. You understand about the flag and switch and how we connect the other device with automation timer? No question?
Yeah, now it's clear. Logic switches, now it's clear.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I hope it's clear. Okay. Now I want to program. If the sensor detects motion and the time between sunset to sunrise. Okay. This pin number, if logic switch 20 is on, it means that the ES10 function sensor detects motion. And in other input, I put the time. If the time between sunset and sunrise. Then I can add some commands and do some things. You understand what is the, I think all of you understand about the logic switch. Okay, let's go to the exterior input value. Exterior input value is related to the temperature. For example, if I want to know what's the temperature of my ES10 function sensor, and if I want to know the temperature of my Luna panel, if I want to know the temperature of my 40, for example, the subnet ID and device ID of my 40 is, for example, 71. And the T number, for example, 2, between 20 degree to 30 degree. We can program like that. Therefore, exterior input value is related to the temperature. If I want to know the temperature of my ES10 function sensor, I put the subnet ID and device ID of my ES10 function sensor. Because of the sensor has only one temperature, therefore I put number 1. I put number 1. Luna, again, I put the subnet ID and device ID of my Luna, and the Luna can detect only has a one temperature sensor, therefore here always 1. Okay, device scene status. As you know, some of our device has a scene such as DMX, such as relay. We can, for example, program if my relay in the, for example, area number, for example, 2, subnet ID and device ID of my relay, area number 2, scene number, for example, 4. Then do some things. We have another things, device sequence status. Again, some of our device has a sequence such as relay or DMX. Device universal status. This one is very useful. As you know, some of our device has a flag, such as ES, has itself flag. Such as our Airbus has itself flag. If we want to know the flags of ES, for example, if I want to know the flags number, for example, 216 of my ES is on, I can put here, put the subnet ID and device ID of my ES sensor here, and the flags number, for example, flags number 216 is on. Then we can program another things. And actually, here we can know the switch number or flag number of the logic 2. For example, if I want to know what's the status of the flag number 20 of the logic, again, I can put the subnet ID and the device ID of the logic 15 of this device and flag number 20. Therefore, we can use logic switch or device universal status. They are same. But on the device universal status, I have to put the subnet ID and device ID of the logic, because this type can understand all of the status of the flag of all device. Okay. The other type is device channel status. For example, I want to know if the channel number 5 of my relay is on, then do something, then turn it off. I can understand from here, device channel status. And device curtain status, for example, if I want to know my curtain is open or not, I can choose this one. Panel settings. For example, if I want to know my Luna panel, the AC is on, I can program here. Or for example, if the AC on the cool, I can program here. For example, one thing that you do with automation timer, if it is on the winter and the device panel is on the cool, change it to the heat. It's very easy. And the last one is security settings. For example, if my security settings is on the away or is on the vacation, then we can do something. Okay. How we can set some commands. For example, I'm program if switch number 20 on, it means that the ES detect motion. Let me change it, the logic switch to the device universal status, it's better. 115 channel flags number 20 is on. Okay. Here I have a 2-pin. If my ES sensor detects motion and the time is between sunset and sunrise, I want, if these 2-pin in a correct position, then broadcast turn on all the channel of my relay. The only things that I need to do, right click on the table, modify commands for current table, this one. Then here I can program my commands. 151, broadcast channel, all channel on. Okay. As I told you in the first of this session, every logic, logic automation timer, you can add 200 different tables. Therefore, if you want, after, for example, 1 year, you want to go to the client's home and he or she asks you to change something, it's very difficult to know which table is related to these things. Wait a moment. One of our clients asked, there have any difference between logic switch and universal switch status? No, it's no difference. On the universal switch status, you can know about the other device too, but in the logic switch, you can know only about the logic switch. Therefore, I'm always used universal switch status because I want to know, it's better to know all of the things. They are same, no difference. But I recommend you always use device universal switch. Okay. I want to tell you, after 1 year, you go to the client's home and you want to know, you want to change something. It's difficult. You find this table, maybe you has 100 table. How you can find which table is related to the curtain? Therefore, it's better you put comments for your table. If you are right-click on the table, we have 2 comments. Modify comments. Here for table comments, for example, I said ES motion, this is my pin, and time, for example, evening. Then, what's this logic do? You can here put the comments for output comments. It's for you. It's only for you. If you are not writing anything on the comments, no problem. Logic working good. But I recommend you always put a comment. What is this table do? Broadcast channel. Okay. Therefore, every time that you see this table, you can see ES motion and the time is evening. What's this logic do? Broadcast channel. Therefore, if you are don't remember about the what's the logic, flag number 20, what's this flag do, you can read the comment and you know about the flag. Therefore, I recommend you always put a comment. Actually, in all of my training class, I said about the comment. Comment is very necessary. Okay, now I want to program another things. Okay, what for example, I want to program. If it is workday, this is example, and it is a workday, and it's in the, for example, summer, and it's at 6, for example, 6 a.m. Then turn on my air conditioner. Okay, I want to program this. This is one example. I said it's workday and it's on the summer and it's 6 a.m. Okay. Therefore, I need to choose an add table. Okay. First, put a command. Workday, summer, 6 a.m. Okay. Then turn on AC. I put the comments here. Okay. Double click on my logic table, pin number 1. Week type between weekdays from Monday to Friday. Okay. Next one, I said it's in the summer, therefore date type, date period, and for example, summer here start from for example, from this one to this one. And I said, next one is time type at 6 a.m. Okay. I want to tell you another thing. This is about the delay. If I want to put any delay for my logic, I can put here. I tell you about it next. Okay. Say, okay, 3 p.m. If it is between Monday to Friday, and this is the summer date, and the time is 6 a.m. Okay, right click on the table, modify command for current table. I want to turn on my AC, put the subnet ID and device ID of my LONA panel control, AC power, for example, on. For example, if I want to, again, panel control, AC fan speed, for example, on the high. Again, for example, panel control. For example, set point at 20. Everything that I want, and actually on the cool because it's summer. Panel control, sorry. AC mode on the cool. That's it. Okay, this logic every time does these things. Okay. Next example. example, if it is Monday, okay, again, it's workday. Workday. Next example. And again, summer. And again, time at 6 a.m. And for example, the channel number 1 of my relay, for example, my relay subnet ID and device ID is subnet ID is 1, device ID is 51. For example, channel number 1 is on, and next things, and for example, the room temperature is between 30 to 50. Okay. We have another example here. I said it's a workday and it's summer 6 a.m. Relay number, the first channel of my relay is on and the room temperature is between 30 to 50. Okay. Number 1 is okay. Number 2 is okay. Number 3 is okay. Number 4, I have to add the device channel status 1, 51, flag number 1 on, and always if you have automatically detect the trigger, I always enable it. Okay, apply. Okay, and I have another pin. I have another pin. I said if the temperature is between 30 to 50, what should I do? I don't have more pin here. What should I do? Okay, it's very easy. I'm going to the commands and disable all of the commands here. Okay. I'm adding another logic table and add another and add the last pin here. I said it's about it's related about the temperature. Trigger enable. For example, I want to know the lunar temperature is between 30 to 50. Okay. Okay. Here I'm adding all of my 5 inputs. Okay, how we can connect these 2 tables with each other? It's very easy. Right click on the first table, confirm a start point, and here confirm end point. So for example, number 1, these 2 tables are linking. Again, I need to program my temperature here because the pin number 1 is connected to the last table. 1, 1, 1. 1, 1 is the subnet ID and device ID of my Luna. 15. Apply. Okay. Yes. Now these 2 tables connect to each other, and I put my command here. Therefore, if I has more than 4 commands, I can do like that. I can connect 2 tables with each other. AC power on. Okay, it's very easy. I'm connecting these 2 tables, and I'm put all of my commands on this table because I want all of these 4. I want all of these 5 pin. I want all of them must at good position. All of them work. If I put my commands here, only if these 4 commands working, the command execute. But if I put my commands on this table, therefore, if all of the 5 pin is okay, therefore it's go and okay. Do you understand about it? I think it's I tell you in the best way. And let me tell you another example. For example, I want to program after 1 hour after sunset, turn on the light. Okay, it's very easy. Double click on this table. Time type, a specific, no, yes, a specific time, sunset. I said 1 hour after sunset. After 1 hour. It's very easy. And I put my command on this table. Okay, another example. I want to program if one channel of the relay is on for 30 minutes, it's off. Every time that client turn on this channel only on for 30 minutes. What should I do? Again, another table. Double click. I said if channel number, for example, channel number 8 of my relay, channel number 8 is on for example, 10 minutes. Okay, this is delay. Then turn it off. It's very easy. 1:51. Channel number 8 off. Therefore, never channel number 8 can be on more than 10 minutes. It's very easy. Let me check the chat. One of our friends asked panel status. You cannot choose number of the page, only a status of the first page of LUNA panel. No, you can turn on and turn off the AC number 1, AC number 2, AC number 3. Here, if I go to the modify command, when I choose the panel control, here I can choose, for example, panel AC1. Therefore, this command is for panel AC1, panel AC2, panel AC3, panel AC4. Next question. Again, another friend asked me if we have more than one AC on the LUNA panel, how to do a specific on AC to control. I said, if you choose, for example, if you want to turn on AC number 2 and AC number 3, you can program again 1 panel control. Here I choose AC number 3 and here I set on. Now on the LUNA AC number 2 and AC number 3 turn on. Next question. In a logic linking, can link one to multiple? No, you cannot connect one logic to the multiple, but you can link more than 2 tables. For example, if you has a 8 different pin or 9 different pin. Okay, you put 4 of them here, 3 of them here, and again a start point here, end point, and put another pin here, and at the end of this you need to put your commands here. At the last table you need to put your commands, not on this one or this one, on the last one, because you want all of your 9 different pin in the right position. Okay, let me unmute all of our clients. Okay, if you have any questions, please ask me. Everything is okay? Question. One of our friends asked if I have a same brand of AC split in the same area, I can separate. If you can control your AC separately with your LUNA, yes, you can do it with the logic. We have some ways to separate off the AC, such as we can use different IR emitter. One IR emitter for this split and one IR emitter for the other split. After that, we can control these two AC separately. Okay. Another friend asked if we can add separate logic table and command, then why we want to link logic table 1 to 3. Then why we want to link table number 1 to table number 2. Okay, again. Look at let me delete this one. Okay. Here. I have, and let me delete this one too. Okay. And delete this one too. Okay, here. I need 5 different spin. On the one table, I can add only 4 pin. When I had 5 pin, I need to link 2 tables with each other. I said, if it is workday, at the summer, 6 a.m. and the channel number 1 of my relay is on, and the temperature of my room is between 30 to 50, then turn on the AC. I have 5 different spin, not 4. Because of this reason, I have to link 2 tables with each other. And if I have more than 8 pin, I need to connect or link 3 tables to each other. Next question. Okay, one of our friends asked a very good question. He asked if we once a mobile phone will receive a call in a home theater, then my movie paused itself. How we can do that? It's very good, and I'm never thinking about this question, but we can add some things. We have some device that if any if this device detects a signal on the home, it's this device no. For example, we can use this device and connect this device to our 4Z or any digital input, and we can program. If this digital input connect, it means that we have some another frequency in the room, therefore pause the TV. But we need to check this one. This is one solution, but I need to what I need to thinking about it some more. But it's very good question. Okay, another friend asked in the project where I have a logic module and ES, it's better to use logic of this or ES logic. You know, sometimes you can program some logic on the ES, such as motion, no motion, such as, for example, lux meter and the other things. But if you want to program, if the channel number 5 of the relay is on and the sensor detect motion, then you cannot do this logic with the ES. You have to use logic timer. If you want to program in professional mode, you need the logic timer, automation timer, and in some situation you need to program on the logic timer. But for the simple logic such as motion, digital input, and the other things, program on the ES. Okay, next question. I want to on off my AC in every 30 minutes. Also, on off my relay channel. Okay. The other friend asked, I want to on off my AC in every 30 minutes. Also, on off my relay channel. Okay, it's very easy. Here, one of our friends asked, what's happened? One of our friends asked, I want one of my relay channel turn on and it's on for 30 minutes. Again, turn off and off for 30 minutes. It's very easy. On the logic. Okay, here, logic number 1. I said device channel status 151, channel number 1. If channel number 1 is on for 30 minutes, put a comment 151, channel number 1 on 30 min, then turn it off. Okay. Right click, 151, channel number 1 is off. Okay, this is the first step. If channel number 1 is on for 30 minutes, then turn it off. Add another logic. If channel number 1 of my first relay is off for 30 minutes, then turn it on. It's very easy. 151, channel number 1 on. That's it. And put a comment. 151, channel number 1 off 30 min, then turn it on. With these two logic, channel number 1, 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off, 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off. Next question. Okay, one of us, our friends ask, is there an easy way to see which logic you already programmed? For example, if you already put some things in an ES and some in a logic, is there overview of the programmation? No, these two devices cannot see each other programmation. You need to know about them, and you program them, and you can set these two things. For example, if you program on the ES program, if detect motion, turn on the light, and on the logic program, if detect motion, turn off the light. You have a conflict in your programming, and your system not be work in a good way. You know, they are not human. They are working like a robot. Everything that you program, they are working. Okay. Another friend asked if client using DVD remote and if he paused the movie by DVD remote, not with the TIS device, by DVD remote. Then the light turn on. Once he played the button DVD, then the lights should turn off by itself. You can connect one voice detector on your television and program whenever this voice detector detects voice of the television. It means that the TV is play and showing the one movie. When the movie has a play, the movie has a voice. Therefore, it means that the TV or the movie is play, then you can program. But I don't recommend you to do that, because if someone wants to work smart, needs to use a smart device, not with the DVD remote control. Another question, I have a 10 logic table, I program all with relay channel, but all logic table not work. Okay, I need to come to your computer and check your logic. I don't know how you programmed it. Okay, another friend asked me a question. Garden wants to every day turn on motor every day at 6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. and evening 6 p.m. to 6:30. Okay, it's very easy. Tell your logic every day. He said every day at 6. Let me read it again. I forgot the question. What is the question? Okay, every day turn on the motor at 8 a.m. and 6 evening turn on, and 8:30 and 6:30 turn off. We have imagine we have one light and we want at 6 a.m. at 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. it's turned on, and after 30 minutes it's off. Okay, it's very easy. I choose an OR table here and I put 2 pin time type. If it is 8 a.m. or pin number 2 6 p.m. turn on the logic. I choose OR table because we said this time or this time. And every day at 8 a.m. it's turned on, and again at 6 p.m. is on, and another table again at 8:30 and 6:30 turn off. It's very easy. Next question. Dear Mr. Othman, I don't understand what your question. Can you use this logical in a specific page of the Luna? I can't understand. Please explain more. Wait. You can't see my screen. All of you said you can't see my screen. Okay, can you see my screen now? Okay. Sorry. Okay, I want to show you about the example that I tell you about the garden motor. Garden motor, last comment. Okay. I choose to or table because I want to say every day at 8 a.m. At 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. Turn on the, for example, one light. I choose or and put the time at 8 a.m. or 6 p.m. Here I put the command turn on the light, and in the other table, time type, a specific time, 8:30. And next one, 18:30, then turn off the light. It's very easy. Only for this reason I choose or every day at 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. turn on the garden motor. Okay, another friend asked if we want to turn on our garden motor at 8 a.m. and 6 p.m., but not all the day. Only, for example, on Sunday. What should we do? It's very easy. This is all commands. I don't put any commands here. I set another logic, another table, but and link these two tables with each other. And add my specific date here, a specific day here, for example, on Sunday. Therefore, only on Sunday. Or if you want to week type, also if you want to only on this week type, you can choose week type between, for example, from Sunday to Wednesday. Okay, then put your comments on this table. Put your commands on this table. Any more question? Okay, I can't see any more question. If you have any more question, please ask. And if I forgot to answer any of your question, please ask. Okay, I hope. Okay, and another friend asked if I want not a specific day. One day yes, one day no. One day yes, one day no. We can program some things like that. If I want to program one day yes, one day no, we choose another or. Pin number 1, we say, if it is week type, if it is Sunday, or we don't need Monday, therefore we remove Monday, Tuesday. Number 3, again week type, not Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, by this type that I program, one day yes, one day no, one day yes, one day no. Then you need to link this table to this one. Okay, another friend asked me what's the name NAND and NOR for. Mr. Eric, I never used NAND and NOR, but NAND means not and NOR means not or. I never used this table, and I don't have any idea for this moment about this table. Maybe in the future I have some idea, or some of our clients ask me one request and I need to use this table. Yes, and I forgot these two tables because this is for turning on. You need to link these two tables. Okay, any more question?
Bij uw vrouw op haar gsm wilde zeggen, of?
Dear friends, all of you now is on mute. If you have any question, please ask me.
Yeah, I have a question.
Write your question on the chat. Here,
Werken ze lokaal nog of werken ze op uw gsm niet meer?
only on the chat room. Question on the chat room. Okay, next question. How we can stop the system during the public holiday? For example, if you program the AC to come every weekday and suddenly there is a holiday. Okay, I'm programmed in my office. I said every weekday turn on the AC, and I'm programmed on the, again, on the ES. If it's a work time, for example, my work time starts from 7 a.m. I said if the time is between 7 a.m. to 7:30 didn't detect any motion, it means that I'm not at the work or it's holiday. Then turn off the AC. And if the sensor didn't detect motion at 7 a.m. to 7:30, then turn off the AC. You know, sometimes, such as these days, no one knows, maybe because of the corona, all the world goes to off. Therefore, the AC is only turned on for 30 minutes. Another friend asked me, why do we choose or for this table? Because I said, if it is Sunday or Tuesday or Thursday, it's impossible at the same time. It's Sunday and Thursday. It's impossible. Because of this reason, I chose or. Okay, another person asked me, one of my customers wants to open morning 6 a.m. open music and turn off the light. These customers have 3-zone audio for other room. So he also wants to play at the same time. Okay, Mr. Ayog, do you mean same song at the same time? Please answer this question, then I will tell you. Okay, another friends ask, can you group and keep things nicely structured? If you only have 1 or 2 table, it's nice. But what if you? I'm tell you at the start of the class. I tell you. Here you have 20 different logic number, and in each logic number you can add 10 table. Therefore, by default, they are structured. For example, table number 1 only for the light, table number 2 only for the air condition. You can do like that. This question, all of you asked me if we have 3 or more audio player or matrix. For example, we have a very big site and we have 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 or even 10 different matrix, and at the same time we want to play same music in all of the home. I'm trying to drawing one diagram for this reason, and then we'll tell you on the video how to program like that. First, you need to know about how to connect these matrix to each other. When you have 5 different matrix, how to connect these matrix with each other. Okay, another friend asked me for the motor on and off every 30 minutes. He didn't understand. I will tell you again. Okay, it's very easy. For the on and off, every 30 minutes, one relay on and one relay off. Yes, is it? I will tell you in the private, because all of the friends, I will tell you in the private. Okay, any more question? No? Okay, thank you so much for giving me this time, and I hope it's a useful class and a useful webinar. If you have any suggestion on, if you have any recommend for me, or if you need any device, for example, you can recommend to one class for example, for Airbus, everything that you want, please send me a message. And if you have any suggestion for this class, for example, if I did that, it's better, or if I do something is better, I will listen to your suggestion, and I'm always waiting for your suggestion to do my best for you. Always welcome, and I'm always at your service.